Welcome back to Drive X. If you've been waiting for a crossover that mixes style, fun, and everyday practicality in a way that feels almost too good to be true, well, buckle up, because the 2026 Mazda CX-20 just rolled in, and let me tell you, this one's going to turn a lot of heads. Mazda has been teasing us for years with their smaller SUV magic, and now, with the CX-20, they've put together something that feels like the perfect balance between youthful energy and grown-up refinement. The first thing you notice when you see it in person, that signature Mazda look has gotten even sharper. The CX-20 carries the soul of the bigger CX-30 and CX-50, but it looks leaner, sportier, almost like it's been to the gym and came back with some serious confidence. The front grille has that deep, sculpted presence, clean but bold in the headlights. Sleek, almost like narrowed eyes staring right into traffic ahead of you. The body lines flow beautifully, giving it a coupe-like stance even though it's still a crossover. And depending on the color you choose, this car can either look elegant or downright aggressive. On the road, it doesn't just blend in, it commands attention. Step inside, and this is where Mazda has really been leveling up lately. The CX-20's interior is minimalistic but in that Japanese luxury kind of way. Soft touch materials everywhere, perfectly stitched leather options, and a cabin that feels more expensive than the price tag suggests. The seats are redesigned for 2026, more supportive, a bit wider, and super comfortable for both daily commutes and long weekend road trips. And yes, the rear passengers haven't been forgotten. Mazda carved out more legroom, so it feels less cramped than older compact SUVs in this class. Now let's talk tech, because that's where a lot of us spend time interacting. Front and center, you get Mazda's new widescreen infotainment system, way sharper graphics, way faster response times, and yes, finally wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. The digital driver's display is crisp, customizable, and gives you all the info without clutter. The sound system, tuned by Bose in higher trims, just wraps you in crystal clear audio. And you've got the little touches too: ambient lighting, a panoramic sunroof that makes the cabin feel huge, and wireless charging pads that don't overheat your phone like some cheap afterthoughts. But here's where it gets really exciting: under the hood. The 2026 CX-20 isn't just sticking to the basics. Mazda gives you choices. The entry-level models come with a punchy 2.0-liter four-cylinder, but the star of the show is the hybrid powertrain. It's smooth, it's responsive, and it gives you the kind of fuel economy that makes you feel clever every time you pass a gas station. And for those looking toward the future, Mazda has introduced a fully electric version of the CX-20 in select markets: compact size, instant torque, and that signature zoom zoom driving feel they've never abandoned. No matter which option you pick, the steering is tight, the suspension feels just right, and honestly, it drives more like a sporty hatchback than a bulky SUV. That's classic Mazda DNA right there. Of course, none of this would matter if it didn't keep you safe, and the CX-20 is packed with the latest. Adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, traffic jam assist, it's all here. But Mazda goes a step further by making these systems feel natural. You don't get that robotic jerkiness you sometimes feel in other cars. It's smooth, it's subtle, and it actually helps without getting in the way. Now, let's talk about money, because that's the deal breaker for most buyers. The CX-20 starts in the mid-$20,000s, which is crazy when you realize how premium it feels. Inside, fully loaded with the hybrid or EV setup, you're looking at the mid to high $30,000s. And that's still competitive, especially when you consider rivals like the Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid or the Honda HR-V, which don't quite deliver the same sporty vibe. Mazda is clearly aiming this at younger buyers, small families, or anyone who wants something stylish but practical without stepping into boring SUV territory. Compared to older models like the CX-30, the CX-20 feels more modern, more efficient, and honestly more fun. Against competitors, it's not just keeping up, it's carving out its own personality. The Toyota feels sensible, the Honda feels dependable, but the Mazda, it feels alive. And that's a big deal in this segment. So, picture this. You walk out of your house in the morning, coffee in hand, and there's the CX-20 waiting in your driveway, sleek design catching the sunlight, interior ready with your playlist synced, and a drive that makes even Monday mornings feel a little less heavy. That's what Mazda nailed with the 2026 CX-20. It's not just transportation, it's an experience, and it makes everyday driving something you actually look forward to. And that's why I'm hyped about this car. If you're in the market for a crossover that blends style, efficiency, tech, and driving fun, you're definitely going to want to test drive this one. Trust me, the CX-20 might just surprise you in the best possible way.